Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
All right. Can you send me your op.gg or your summoner
Yeah,
name, and I can look you up on the client? Either way is
yeah,
fine.
absolutely. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Basically, this account. So this is my main.
Mhm.
Um, this is everything on here is just top lane basically. So, um, I do have an ADC only account. However, the name. So I haven't played on it in a bit. It's not even ranked ready yet. So
Yeah.
I I'm not gonna consider that for now.
Okay.
But
Do you have Let's see. Are you just wanting to like talk through the stuff, or did you want to? Because I don't see a game on here that we would be able to review.
yeah, so I was wondering if you could go through the fundamentals because for me, um, like for example, I think the extent of my fundamentals for ADC is I know at 9 minions you get level 2 for
Yes.
bot lane.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, like for example, I'm not quite sure about matchups. Like for example, top lane, I could see Renekton do a tank. I go, oh, the tank's outscale. Renekton won't be able to do anything late game, right?
Yeah.
Or Fiora into a tank. Fiora does better late game to a tank.
Right.
But for example, the same thing for ADCs. Outside of I know like double mages beating Vayne, that's it. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious if um you could go through some of the fundamentals with me, if that's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let me I actually have some games that I can load up and I will kind of like talk you through my decision making process. And
Ooh,
this
sounds
was
good.
a
Okay.
flex game, so it's kind of like a basically a smurf essentially since I'm playing against like gold and platinum players. But you'll get the idea. So essentially you're
Right.
talking about like matchups. Um
But yeah,
it's
more or less just any fundamental for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As far as matchups go in bot lane, it's I think it's simpler than top. Like top is like crazy to me, because it's like champion versus champion. In bot lane, it's a
Mhm.
little simpler. So think of it more so like, and it's usually around the support rather than the ADC themselves. Like I think of it
Okay.
as far as like engage supports, engage slash tanks, or enchanters or mages, but the goal
Mhm.
of bot lane is, for me, and the coaching that I've received is almost always the same. As far as like you want to get lane priority, you want to take tower, and then you get mid lane, and so that way you can show up for objectives. Obviously, is Caitlyn versus Nautilus Zaya. The thing that most people do when they first like start out playing bot is like everybody's afraid of like the hook champions, but if you
Mhm.
get wave prio immediately, like there's really no reason to be afraid of them because it's like I wish I could compare it to a match up top, but I would have no idea.
Oh yeah,
it's
no,
it's
this would
it's
be
not
like
like okay, it's not like facing Darius level 1 where it's like he just all ins and wins. If you don't have wave priority against Nautilus, then yeah, he's going to be able to hook because there's less minions. But you'll see that that we get that. The Galio is obviously a great like counter engage kind of thing. So it's actually a really good matchup. And then range, of course, is always like kind of like king in bot lane as far as like priority and everything like that. But
right.
anytime that I'm playing bot lane, my goal is always to get in these bushes, make sure I don't get cheesed because a lot of times the Zaya and the Nautilus will like stand in here or in here, and then if I walk up too far forward, they'll hook, and then I'm down health and everything. I'm not exactly sure how top lane works, but like
It's
everything
kind of the same thing, yeah.
in bot lane, it like snowballs from the first three waves. Like if you win the first three waves, you should be able to kind of like take that into a gradual lead where you can capitalize on it, and that's kind of what happens in this game.
Okay. Because I noticed in this game, oftentimes I've kind of done the same thing as you, where you've just hung out in your first bush. But I
Hmm.
noticed you didn't ward the second bush.
Yes, sometimes I
Is that just a
will.
yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I I really should have since Galio wasn't around and they could have been standing there. Most of the times I will, but I think because I was playing flex queue, I wasn't too worried about it. Like solo do, I absolutely drop a ward there.
Okay.
But if my support is here, then I won't. Just walk into it with them, like ping them forward. And sometimes I'll even go into this one because so many times people are just so lax about getting like it's so important to get into these bushes bot lane, which I'd imagine it's pretty similar top lane as far as
Absolutely.
getting that prio. So even though my Gallia is arriving late with which was so funny, he took he took 2 of those minions from me, and I was like, "Are you joking, dude?"
I saw that.
But yeah,
It's
like
like, you know
so because Zaya doesn't really have much level 1. She's level 2 for her like root and everything.
Right.
It's like I have nothing to be afraid of in this matchup because my range is superior and everything else.
Right.
And then once level 2, exactly like I mean, you know the fundamentals of this. I pinged to go in.
Absolutely.
I should have pinged way earlier. And this is something you have to do. Like I do it with even the supports that I get in Emerald Diamond because none of them are paying attention. And that's the thing that you'll find a lot. Honestly,
Level up time is good.
I like anytime that I'm playing, I honestly like playing with enchanter supports more because enchanter supports it's essentially your responsibility to kind of make it engage. Um, which sounds crazy, but it's like if you engage, then they can use all their spells on you, and then you get like all the heals, and then you're just damaging them.
Mhm.
Whereas like engage supports or counter engage supports kind of a thing, it's like you're reliant more so on them because if you go in before they go in, it's like, well, you're getting damaged for free and they have nothing to protect you with. So I kind of
Yeah,
have to wait on him as far as to make that happen, but it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna win this lane through just like pushing the lane, getting tower early, and capitalizing on this horrendous engage. And
I was
anytime,
wondering.
yeah,
That was really, really
yeah,
ambitious. Okay.
really, really ambitious. Anytime it's like this too, obviously your priority target is always the ADC, which is why I go to trap the Xayah. And then at this point, the lane phase should just be over.
Because I noticed Nautilus wasn't playing the long game here.
Yeah,
But, okay.
he's like I said, these guys were both not very good, but
Yeah, I guess my biggest flaw, especially whenever I play ADC, because I usually play the mobile ADC, so I play the
Mhm.
Vayne, the Lucian,
yeah.
and that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
so I think that's mostly just because of my positioning. And due in part, I also kind of noticed because I'm much better at support. For whatever
Mhm.
reason, support easy for me.
Yeah.
But ADC, um, oftentimes I think it's genuinely. I don't know if it's just the way I play, the matchups or whatever. But I've noticed a lot of times I don't know my own limits. Like for
Yeah.
example, you said with an enchanter, like unless correct me if I got this wrong, you can engage instead of the enchanter, but with a with an engaged support, it's the other way around.
Correct. Yeah, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
especially if you're playing like Lucian and Vayne and things like that, like those like all in kind of heavy champs. Well, I guess Lucian is a bit more poke and then all in.
Mhm.
Then you're definitely it's definitely relying on you. Like it's way harder as Caitlyn to do that. But it's more of that like confidence to step forward and take those trades because uh, depending on what supports you've played with so far, if you've ever played with like Melio level 1, like I don't care if I'm playing the weakest ADC, like I could be playing Smolder in lane, but if I have a Melio support, I always just try and fight level 1 because his shields, like he gets 2 shields at level 1, which is it's just gross, and he gives you like
Oh,
burn
really?
damage, so it's so strong.
I don't think I've ever played with Emilio. Okay.
Yeah, I love anytime anybody locks in Melio, I'm like, this is gonna be a good time.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so for example, I know like minion waves and stuff. I know freezing, soul pushing, cast pushing.
Right.
But for
Horrible.
bot lane, um, I think the only thing I really struggle with, yeah, one of them is matchups. Nice, by the way.
Yeah.
One of them is matchups, and then the other one is just knowing. I think all of the level up timers, because for top lane I know kind of 1, 2, 3, and 6, right?
Wow. Yeah.
For bot lane I just know 2.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, to be honest with you, two is really the only important one. 3 comes like on the cannon wave. It's like the second minion
okay,
of the cannon wave, I think, which is the fourth
got it.
wave.
Okay,
I
so
believe it's the second one. We can actually let me check. Of course, we get a kill here, don't
I think we get a kill
we? Yeah.
here, so it might be like a
Ev-
minion less or something.
Right. Let's see. Of course,
Okay.
the most
It
awkward.
was.
Took a caster and then a Q to hit 3 minions. That's so funny.
So it was 2
Anyways,
minions. Okay.
yeah.
You got the kill, so it was 1.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's 2 minions, and that obviously it is important. But level two really is where like it doesn't really matter who you're playing. If you have a good wave state, like that's where you want to engage. And level 3 is still good, but it's a bit harder, I think. Just because of like where the wave state is, and because since they both have a support and an ADC, it's just a bit weird. Okay.
No, Dyrus, no.
Yeah. Pretty much, like you're gonna know about like wave control since it's very similar. So I don't really need to go over that. Let's go to.
I think the biggest thing is knowing, like, if I load into a game, just knowing who has a better, short trade, long trade, all in.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah. So Caitlyn, obviously, it's like you're looking to headshot, and there's a couple champions like that where it's like you're hard shoving the wave all the time, and you're just looking to get like headshots off, hit them with like Qs as well as hit the wave. And then Jhin, obviously, you're looking to get the third and fourth shot off. Sometimes you don't really want to trade with Jhin all the time with just fourth shot because it's like, okay, well you use it, and if they engage on you, you're reloading for the next 3 seconds, not 3 seconds, but and then Misfortune, short trades. The thing with Lucian, both Lucian and Vayne are you're kind of waiting for your all-in opportunity, and with Lucian, and I have to tell students this all the time. As when you're in lane phase with either like with or against Lucian, and this is the same as true as Misfortune, like you want to be like kind of on the opposite side of the lane if you are playing Lucian or Misfortune, because that way your Q goes through it to hit them, versus if you're playing against them, you want to be on the same side of the lane because they won't be able to Q it to hit you. They have to get on the other side of it to hit that diagonal.
Okay.
The most important thing as far as ADC, and it makes everything so much easier, is as soon as like lane phase ends, which I was told by challenger coaches, like obviously like when you take tower, but you don't want to be in lane longer than 14 and definitely no longer than 15 minutes. So regardless of whether you get tower or not, because he said that you want to get mid so that way you can contest Herald. Obviously you need to get a lead, but so once you finish lane phase, it's so simple on ADC. You just go mid, you get lane priority or mid wave priority, and with that you go to the next objective. So it would be Dragon. I'm pretty sure I push this and go to Drake here.
Got it. So you go mid,
right,
with your support just to have objective prior. Okay.
Right, because the longer and you already know like the rotations as far as like top and mid going to the side lanes. But if I were to stay bot here, then either I'm forced to be alone while my support goes to the other objectives like Herald, Dragon. Of course, I'm on that side of the map. But then also, if it's past 15 minutes, like 16 minutes, and I'm still down here with my support, then this whole top side of the map, like you would be on an island then, because the only time, even if the jungler's top side, their ADC and support, if they're pushing mid, then their support gets to come up here. Now it's a 4v3 rather than having the opportunity for my support to go anywhere. So there's so much like that ruins like the state of the game just by the ADC not going where they should.
Okay.
And then obviously that frees this up. And I could just keep this in fast forward the whole time, and all you'll see is just mid.
Just shoving in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in situations like this, like if we didn't get that team fight there, obviously like my first goal would be shove this in and then go ping Herald. But because they're all dead, it's like there's no reason to go for it. Right. Plus the jungler's dead, so. And then so I've talked to lots of high elo coaches, but even when I watch like the lower elo players, the main thing that they do not do whenever they play ADC and they get a lead is push waves, which I think is probably the issue with like a lot of people. Because it's like, what reason do as an ADC, like, yes, you show up to objectives, but this is just you're also a Diamond Emerald, so like you could argue with me on this one, I'd be fine with it. But it's like, to me, I'm like, okay, their mid lane is dead, their support's dead. Yes, their jungler is alive, but we have 2 up here. My Galio will be headed over here. My mid laner's here chasing down their jungler. So it's like I'm going to be putting more pressure because they have to answer me here rather than if I go here to essentially a guaranteed, what I think is a guaranteed Herald, because their support and mid laner is dead, and we have all 5 up on the map.
Absolutely. I do the same thing here, especially on top lane, where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you have 2 there, you have 1 or 2 coming on the way.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, absolutely, it's free tier 2 there.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I guess my biggest thing is knowing how to translate the early. Just for example, on support, I know it's like, hey, you know, one of my recalls, I want to be at Grubs, right? And then another one, I want to try and be at Dragon. It kind of just be around the map if I can, you know.
Yeah.
Recall a little bit before my ADC so I can get a roam off.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
On ADC, it's like I hit mid game, like, oh, you know, I'm just pushing waves. I have objectives. I don't know anything else.
It feels super boring, but like even here, so like when we get this pick here, I don't even worry about like going to push this wave. I just go straight mid because I'm like, I'm gonna push this wave, I'm gonna push the next wave, and then I'll show up to Drake, and we can take this. Which I didn't even need to show up here, but I had nothing else to do, so.
Right. Might as well.
And then right back mid. The only time that this will typically change is like, obviously once you get mid inhib, you as ADC you really never need to worry about it unless they're like pushing 5 here. But even then, it's like, okay, if your team groups bot or top, you're gonna outpush them because they're pushing against supers. I don't know if we take mid inhib this game, but again, like it's push mid, get priority, and go take Otacon. And the thing that this enables the team to do is because if we didn't push this, now their team can come through like mid-side river, rather than they have to come from like this side of the map because
where it's warded,
like right, because they have to answer these waves, so then they're coming from this way rather than coming up through here, and it just creates more choke points or more pressure points.
Okay, that makes sense.
So there's really not much more in this game, I don't think. Here I was just kept pushing bot because I think we had Herald? No? Oh, I guess. I don't know. I should have went mid here.
Yeah. My biggest thing is, for me, like, I know, especially on all-in ADCs, it's a little different than, for example, Caitlyn or who else am I thinking off the top of my head? Ezreal, things like that.
Yeah, Jinx.
Jinx,
I just were talking about Ashe, Varus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I definitely notice like a difference for sure. Because if I get fed on like a Vayne or like a Twitch, whatever, you know, and hey, you win a team fight, you know, it's kind of, you know, hey, you take an objective. You take turrets, you take what would it be like Herald at the time, Dragon.
Yeah.
But for example, on my Smurf that I'm trying to learn just ADC on, I've been trying to play things like Caitlyn, right? Things that, you know, you kind of have to have a little bit more positional awareness.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
My biggest thing, I just want to know, especially for someone who has played the game, I'm trying to get into ADC, but for whatever reason, I touched that role and I'm gold. Probably at this gold plat.
Oh, I'm sure you'd climb higher. I'm positive.
You know, I was wondering about that because I think the biggest thing for me is I think if I've got the macro, I can obviously work on the positioning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
okay, it's like 14,
yeah,
15 minutes.
when I'm playing ADC, the thing that I'm looking at, like in team fights, I don't think I have a list of it. There's 3 things. So you always need to make sure that you're not like pinning yourself into a spot. Like if I'm in Baron Pit and I'm not Caitlyn, where I don't have like a dash over the wall or like net over the wall, like I'm not going to position myself as Ashe in here because it's like, okay, well, as soon as the enemy team comes in, I can't go anywhere. So you always have to position in a way where you can get out. And most of the time you're hitting the front line, but if you can ever safely hit the priority targets like the Xayah, Swain's way easier to hit. Like this team is so easy to play ADC against because they don't really have anything to get through my Galio. or even Lee Sin. Like this is like a dream scenario because if this were a Malphite, then the only thing I'm thinking about during team fight is okay, where's Malphite R? When can I play the game? Or like Nocturne, J4. That's where it gets hard because you have to think
They just
about those key moments where it's like, okay, am like what abilities do I have to look out for? The only real threat potentially would be like if I get caught out from a Swain or a Nautilus hook, or of course Nautilus ult, where it's like you just can't dodge it. But as Caitlyn, she's so far range. For Vayne now, like if you were playing against this team,
yeah.
it'd be like all you have to do is just hit the front line and just make sure that you're not going to get jumped on by the Nautilus, which means just
Right.
like playing at your range. Oh, and this is funny. I'm pretty sure I end the game off this because they're all just doing. Dragon's not up. There's nothing over here, and we just
Got it. I noticed that because you'd be pushed away because there's nothing up.
right. There's the yeah, and that's the thing. Like I didn't go mid because we have supers, so I clear this,
Right.
get the 700 gold from that, the 400 gold from this turret inhibitor, and then just end the game. It doesn't matter that my team somehow actually Lee Sin gets a pentakill here. I remember this now. I was like, how did that happen? Oh no, he didn't. Quadra kill. Okay, I thought he got a penta.
That's crazy.
But that's literally like ADC is so simple. If there's not an objective to fight for, I'm like, why would I go? Like you guys are gonna do that, and ADCs take towers so fast. So
I wondered because, for example, because this game was pretty simple because everyone that you need to go against isn't like a J4
right,
Nocturne or anything like that.
yeah.
What happens on your game plan for split pushing if someone can just completely, like, for example, let's just say Nocturne, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do
Oh
you,
yeah.
or anyone that can just really speed up, like, for example, the
Yes.
like Invisible Kha'Zix, a Hecarim in this game, right?
Yeah. So
Um,
everywhere you
yeah,
go, you have to be like within a tower, and that's why like ADCs always have to go mid partially is because like anytime, even if I'm like even if on Lucian I get super far ahead, it doesn't matter if this Aurelia is 2 or 3 levels down. I mean, you know this. Like you see a
yeah,
ADC by themselves, it's like they're dead.
absolutely.
And it's you like and ADCs, well, like we always complain about it because it's like, oh, that's so stupid. Why do I get 1v1 by someone who's 3 levels down? It's like that's just how the role works. Because in team fights, like you dominate.
Right.
So there's give and take, but like yeah, if there's a Nocturne, I'm never pushing out too far unless I know where Nocturne is. And that would be like I guess small difference between like top and ADC whenever I'm pushing lanes. Cause like if when I was pushing that, if there was a Nocturne and when I looked at this team fight and I was like, I don't know where Nocturne is, then I'm waiting. I'm still not going to the team fight because I'm like, I don't have teleport. I can't really do anything.
Mhm.
So I'm just waiting. And then once I see him, then you go. But you can never do anything like this game against a Kha'Zix. If there's ever a moment where I'm too far forward, which I'm pretty sure we destroy this Kha'Zix if I remember. I don't really remember this game, and I didn't play too well myself.
Because for me, I noticed my big thing is I'm either 14-0 or 0-14. Not actually 14, but
Yeah.
metaphorically, right?
Right.
And so my biggest thing is like um, knowing how far forward. Because for example, top lane, I play the Renekton, I play the Mundo, play the Riven, things that like I can reliably 1v2 on.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah.
if they come at me, hey, you know what? I'll kill you. So ADC, unless you're a fed all in ADC, there's very little.
Right.
Like I think what Nyla can get away with it.
Yeah,
I can say Vayne can
Nyla can get away with it. Vayne can. I mean, if you're far enough ahead on Lucian, you absolutely can't. Like that's why they can take him mid lane and things like that.
Oh
but,
yeah, 'cause
or I guess they used to a lot more. But yeah, maybe Tristana, but for the most part, most people that you're gonna be playing, you don't want to get caught out
Right.
because even if you do, like if you're playing Vayne top, it's one that you're gonna get a lot more XP than if you're doing it bot.
Yeah.
Like you're usually, if everybody's playing appropriately, you're usually gonna be like a level or 2 down. And then Otacon comes into play, and then it's even worse. But this is a game where they do have a Kha'Zix at 3 and 4, but the same is true where it's just I go mid. I'm pretty sure I don't die anymore. I don't think. Lucian's one of those
So you
champs I
just
need
play the
way more
long game here.
practice.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Like,
there's nothing for me to do. Because if I show up here, it's like, yeah, I can clear this wave, but all this darkness, that's exactly like. Think about it like as if you're a top laner, like where do you want to see the ADC? If you see them here, like there's nothing that you can do because you're usually like doing what Aurelia, you're pushing the side lanes, getting ready for
right.
the next objective or just
By the
split
time I
pushing.
rotate, they're probably in the turret.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like there's if I showed up to this Aurelia, then it's like, okay, well now I'm in trouble. I think I do actually. But I have the Senna here with me, which is why I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's the idea.
all right. I
I
think
don't think
matchups.
there's
I think that's just something I'll learn with time, but
yeah.
it's mostly just the fundamentals and the macro, really. Because,
Think of it.
for example, yeah.
Yeah, no, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, my bad. No. So basically, the idea being, um, as long as I can understand how to play the the early and the mid game, I guess late game's kind of in and of itself the same more or less for every role.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing for objectives, you war it beforehand, and then you push out waves. Maybe jungle a little different, but
Yeah.
you play just objective heavy, or you play for team fights, right? So
Right.
I think the only thing I was really struggling with was I could definitely tell the difference. Like oh god, I think I had the worst time ever. I was playing Lucian Yumi against Callista Alistar,
Mm-hmm.
and like I noticed like it was some Smurf, I forget who, but they at the time were masters. I think they were higher for sure, but I noticed they just insta froze,
Mm-hmm.
right, against Lucian Yumi, and then Alistar just kind of sat in the second bush,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing I can do, right? I could
Right.
try and farm with W, but then he walks up, right? So
Yeah.
it went horribly. I just remember,
If you want, we could probably play a flex queue game or something, or play a norm. I don't know if that's
okay,
something that you'd want, and that way we could talk through it together. I could play support, and then you could play
okay,
ADC.
yeah, that works.
That might be a bit better.
We same thing as what it is on my OP.GG. Thank you for this, by the way. It means so much.
No, absolutely, man. I'm happy to help. I like doing it because it helps me. I mean, I don't know if since you're playing, I mean, since if you're diamond top, you could probably coach some people, and I found that I've learned a lot myself. Um, just being able to look at game reviews and being like, okay, well, it helps me think through things quicker, as well as. Sorry about that. Just like yeah, make decisions quicker, recognize different things. So.
Okay. Yeah. Let me think. What even is my most played ADC? At least on this account. It thinks. Where is it? Vayne. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do. I love playing with Vayne.
Yeah, Vayne, then Lucian. Okay.
Whatever you want. I'm good with anything.
Got Twitch on there for some reason. Okay. Yeah, I always wondered about Twitch because I know he can kind of break the rules of ADC a little bit.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, because he can go completely behind the entire enemy team if he wants.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Twitch is super annoying to play against, especially if it's ahead because this is true for any like champion that goes invis like Evelynn, Kha'Zix of course, Rengar, but
Right.
especially Twitch because Twitch is to another ADC, Twitch is an assassin because he has so much range, and so much like immediate like fast damage where like he gets 5 stacks on you and then presses E and you're dead. Where it's like you never are allowed to go like you have to have your hand held everywhere where there's times in other games like that game that I showed you in the Caitlyn where I was allowed to go to that lane because I wasn't afraid of anybody on their team like just jumping out from the bush,
Right.
but like if there's a Twitch it's like I'm not allowed to move until they do something, or even if it doesn't even have to be an invis champion like Pantheon or Twisted Fate where they can just teleport across the map. You always just play with the mindset of if I can push this wave safely, then I will. If I don't, then you just unfortunately have to wait. It feels so bad sometimes, but it's like
I was gonna say.
I've always like I always joke with my friends like if we're playing against someone and like I'm playing against a Twitch and I'm like, where is Twitch? And they're like, he's right beside you. You just don't know it yet until you take one step forward to clear that wave and then you're dead. So.
Oh
Just
yeah,
feels
no.
bad.
I have that same feeling with Akshan and just walking up just a little
Yes.
too far, and then he pops up from behind you.
Always.
I'll never forget the one action that I was playing Renekton and I was fed, and I think I died in 3 seconds. And I'll never forget that. And I always respect Akshan since.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
It's
another one of those.
ridiculous. But let me see. Yeah, so I noticed my big thing is knowing. Oh yeah, thank you. It's knowing my trading. Like for
Mhm.
example, Vayne doesn't have the best trading early game, like compared to let's say like a Caitlyn
Yeah.
or whatever. Um, but it's definitely knowing my limits on how far I can go, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, yeah, because Caitlyn obviously, hey, they walk up, you shoot them, right?
Right.
But for Vayne, I'm not sure. Like, hey, can I just go for an auto Q? Can I go for more autos? That's something I struggle with for sure.
Yeah, so pretty much the idea with vein trading is like you tumble use your Q and then auto, and
Yeah.
then once they get low enough you just run them down the lane and kill them. But it's obviously very dependent on what the enemy ADC like. I again, I'm not a top laner, so it's harder to say. But because everybody's ranged, like when they're going in to like hit a minion and they're like locked in that animation, you tumble in, you get an auto, and then you get out. Or you auto twice and then condemn and get your passive off. But for the most part, it's like you're just looking for short trays until that opportunity to finally all in. Same thing with Lucian. Like you're looking to poke them down with your Q until you can finally dash in and then use like all your 6 passive autos from all of your abilities and things like that. But then there's some
Yeah.
champions where it's like you never really have that opportunity. All you do is push lanes, like with Sivir, which doesn't seem to be like on your radar. But like Sivir's like one of those champions. Like all you do is just W the wave, push it in, trying to get
Oh
tower,
yeah, you're just shutting waves
and
for sure.
that's
Yeah.
all you do all game. And it can be the most boring experience, but it's like, well, that's easy.
Oh yeah, no, but it's also sometimes the most rewarding because if you can shove the wave quick, hey, you're the first to an
Oh yeah,
objective.
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, definitely not the most damage output I've seen, but you can kind of hold your own.
Oh
I
yeah.
think
And if you get ahead on Sivir, I mean, it's like your team is always going to have priority because you always you even when behind you can push mid way faster. It's just whether you can walk up or not.
right. Like you don't have a dash, so that's the only thing
Yeah.
you're scared about. But other than that, let me think. I think what I think matchups for sure is something I'm not like 100% sure on. Like matchups, the trading, but uh,
Yeah, also try not to think of it cuz really it obviously there are some ADCs where like the matchup is borderline unplayable. Like I don't know if you watch like Double Lift content at all, but
a little, yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's been on a huge misfortune and Tristana and Jin spree. Tristana dominates Misfortune. It's like, according to him, he said it's like one of the worst matchups in the entire game, and it's true because it's like Tristana just jumps on Misfortune. Misfortune has nothing to get away, and she out damages her with her E and everything. But there's always
Right.
ways to play around it. It's usually the supports that I'm more worried about. Like I don't in solo queue or flex queue, I don't even ban ADCs because I'm like I'm not worried about it
Okay.
unless it's a Smurf playing Draven. That's horrible, like and super annoying. But support
Yeah.
is the one where I'm like, that's who you have to play around because if it's a Thresh, it's like it doesn't matter who the ADC is. If Thresh lands the hook, they're gonna win the trade. Or if Bard lands the Q on you and your support, they're gonna win the trade.
Maybe from the
Things like
trade.
that.
Yeah, and I was also wondering because I know Draven, really good early. Um,
Yes.
for example, I know matchups for top lane they're a little bit more, they mean a lot more. Like, for example, if I'm playing Mundo into a set, like or not, no, not so much a set, but like a Renekton,
Hmm.
right? I win the level 1, but level 3, I just don't, right?
Right.
Um, but for me, I was noticing at least against Draven, like especially a good Draven, I noticed hey, if I just wait, right,
Hmm.
and I just wait out the early game and I go
Hmm.
maybe into mid game, I
Yep.
notice it's not as bad.
100%.
Like as long as I just don't give a kill, it feels kind of like Riven, maybe Riven
Yes.
or like a Renekton.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Yeah, Draven is
yeah,
100% like that, where it's like you have to. Draven's like that, Samir's like that, Nyla's like that, where they have to get kills because they're only their only I mean, which is true of most ADCs. Like their only redeeming function is to get damage, but they don't scale like other ADCs. Like if you just let a Jinx farm for 25 minutes, she's gonna dominate the game because it's like, well, her
Yeah.
items just make her win. Whereas Draven has to be ahead, and so if he doesn't get kills, and that's the thing about bot lane. As far as like level spikes, level 2 and level 6, those are like the two that you really worry about, because most of the time supports, like if they're engaged supports, they're already going to have their engage at level 1. Um, and then of course there are some like Alistar and Leona, they wait till level 3 typically. Um,
Right.
but then level 6, it's like, okay, Sivir actually beats Vayne until level 6. Like once you hit level 6, Vayne can go invis, and then she just wins. um,
Sivir beats Vayne. I would have never
yeah,
expected
well,
that.
just because it's all about wave priority. Because her
Oh, makes sense.
push
Right.
is so much better than Vayne. Vayne just can't walk up to the wave. If Vayne walks up to the wave, she gets hit by all of Sivir's W.
The ricochets. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so she gets chunked down, and then she loses. Now, if it's a
Okay.
pure 1v1 with no minions, then it's going to be a little bit more iffy. I even then it's tough because Vayne's attack speed early is so low, and Sivir has the auto W auto, so she gets 3 stacks of lethal tempo like immediately, whereas Vayne would take a while, and then it'd be about her condemn at that point.
Okay.
So,
Got it. Okay.
but if you're looking
Yeah,
for
I
like
was makes more sense.
yeah, if you're looking for like strong level 1 champs or like early game champs, like with like Lucian, of course. Caitlyn Jinx both have good like early in, but they're not like that go all in and win. Kog'Maw and Twitch both surprisingly like their level 1, level 2 is super super strong. Obviously
Oh, with
Samira,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm assuming with
oh
Twitch, it's E
yeah, well
level one.
actually you can fight level 1 with Twitch because of his Q attack speed.
Oh, you
Everything,
just Q cheese.
yeah, almost everything in bot lane is like based off of who wins early. It's going to be either who gets the push or who has better attack speed. Like what ability gives them the attack speed. And actually, a great example of that is Yunara. I think Yunara can compete with like Draven levels of damage early because of how her Q works. It's insane.
I was noticing that. Like I noticed at least just with like the Q, it feels like almost she wasn't really the same until she pressed Q, and then I noticed I was just steamrolling some people.
Yeah.
I've
Oh
played
my
Yunar
lord,
like
yeah.
once or twice, but
I love playing Yunara. She's so much fun.
it's kind of crazy. Like I noticed even just mid game, especially if I just don't lose the early game, it feels easier. I mean, obviously Yunar loses into the like someone that can kind of outpace her in that regard,
Right.
but uh, it almost feels like with Yunar, as long as they can't get on top of you, maybe you're doing good. But I don't know. It seems like the stats. I was looking at the stats. I'm like, oh, it doesn't say the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that what I see on op.gg is that she's got like a 48% win rate. I have no problem playing her because I think she's one of the she's similar to like Draven where it's like if you get a kill early, she doesn't get the gold that Draven gets, but she like her power spikes early are so freaking good because you build Kraken first and Yunara
Right.
with recurve bow, which is just 700 gold. It's like okay, well she just turned into a different champion. She's so strong.
Oh yeah. No, actually, you know what? Good question. This is like the only other question I had in mind, which was that game that I was thinking. I was telling you earlier with the Lucian Yumi versus Kalista Alistar.
Mhm.
How that's where I'm like, okay, it's so funny. I was telling you like, oh, I'm somehow, some way, I can't play an ADC, but I can play Rengar better than every other ADC. It's weird.
Yeah.
So then I was looking at that matchup and I realized, man, it's super reliant on me having good wave manipulation.
Yeah.
But with the Alistair Callista combo, if I try and freeze, they're gonna forcefully shove it in my face and have it bounce back to them,
Mhm.
and then freeze on myself.
Right.
Um, so I guess that might be something I'm worried about. Like, okay, how do I play if it's an enchanter that scales per se? Like, Yumi doesn't really pop off until mid
Mhm.
late game. Same thing with not so much Lulu, but like the Soraka kind of.
Mhm.
Um, like those mid late game scaling enchanters. How how do I approach a lane like that where at any moment I could just be like piled on and killed.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
especially where I know I can get frozen on and then my life
right.
is kind of miserable.
And who were you playing against again?
I was playing against Callista Alistair.
Oh. And you had a
Yeah, and
Yumi
so
support?
I had a Yumi support.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's horrible. That is
Oh,
horrible.
okay. I had a
No,
feeling
that's an atrocious because can only go on you. Um,
and especially
it's
with Callista ult, yeah.
right. Those are the things where it's like you manage the wet lane like until you hit like level 6. Like level 6 Yumi is actually like stupid strong. If you've seen like whenever she ults, you get so much health and so many
Right.
shields. Um, Yumi's weird. I don't know if we're ever gonna get into a game here. It's been 13 minutes. This is crazy.
I was
Um,
just wondering, like,
Y-
New Year's
Yumi
Eve people?
Yumi's a bit strange because she can still be really strong. Like you can still duel with her, but it's kind of like I
Right.
said earlier. Like it's more about knowing the windows of opportunity, like which would be top lane, like the matchup kind of wise, but more so like okay, if you're playing against an Alistar and he's already engaged on you, you have I think it's probably like 13 to 15 seconds before his combo comes back up. So then in those moments where you have Yumi, that's where you have to be aggressive. But against the Callista, I mean, it's like, well, when are you going to be aggressive against that? Because that's Callista is also insane early game, and if you're playing
Yeah,
Lucian, Callista counters Lucian as far as like she does more damage
that
because she just has
makes
to auto.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, I was seeing the matchup and I thought, oh, it's Callista. She scales late game, right? That was my thought process, but um,
So actually, Callista, from what I understand, Callista dominates Lucian early. Although the win rate I'm looking at says that apparently Lucian should beat Callista, but I would imagine
I
that's
wonder if
because
it's with like a proper support or proper support matchup, I guess.
yeah, I have no idea. Callista's win rate is always just in the dirt though, so that might be
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
pro play.
skewed. Yeah, she's anytime I look on op.gg, like she has a 47.6% win rate and she's ranked last every patch.
It's been like that for like how many seasons now?
Years, years.
I swear. I think ever since what season? When did she come out? Was
Had to
it
be like
seven?
20, I was going to say like 2017, 2018 maybe.
Callista release
It wasn't too long after I started playing because I
2014,
remember I started
season
playing her
five.
pretty early.
Wow, November 2014. Okay, that was season five.
2014? No way.
I thought I was sitting here like, what? Wait,
That's
that?
crazy. Wow. I
Oh,
don't think
that's
we're getting
right.
in the game, brother.
I honestly, I was just thinking, I don't want to take up too much of your time,
Yeah,
but
no. But
like
anyways,
unless
I
we
hope
want to do a
hopefully
bubble
that
match,
helps. If
yeah,
you have a game that you play that you want to go over and talk about, that'd be fine.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
as
I'll
far as
probably play one.
matchups, even though like matchups is important, it's definitely the level 2 and then the most important thing with playing bot lane is having the push in lane. Um
Right.
Obviously, you know like the nuance of when you're strong side and knowing where the jungler is. But like having
Right.
push in lane to be able to take tower because you want to free yourself up as early as possible to go mid lane. So,
Okay. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much again for this. This was so helpful.
yeah,
Holy,
yeah, no
it
problem.
completely in my mind. It's like I'm playing like a top laner, and I
Yeah.
know every time I think like that, I'm either way vastly ahead because I'm playing right, or I'm playing
Yeah.
way behind because that's the wrong thing I need to be doing.
Right.
So
Right. So, all right.
that makes so much. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much again, and
Yeah,
hey,
no
thank you so
problem,
much
man.
again. And I'll let you know. I'll go play a couple of ADC games. I'm not sure if I want to do my Smurf or the main. Doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
I
Let
think.
me know how it goes. I'd be curious to hear if it goes all right. So,
Alrighty. Well, thank you again. I'll talk to you later.
all right. See ya. Bye. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm all right. Would you mind sending me your op.gg?
Sure. I sent it.
Okay. All right. Is there a specific game that you want to go over or something you want to look at?
A specific one? Not like one in particularly. Probably one where I lost. Would probably be
Yeah.
best.
How about this 9-4 Ezreal game? That's probably a good one. Or this 8-4 one. We'll do the 9-4.
Yeah. So then I watch on like the stream, right? Like your
Yes.
perfect.
Well, no. You can do it on the Discord stream that I'm showing. Can
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
that? Yeah. All right. How long have you been playing League for?
On and off like 2 years.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Unfortunate Kha'Zix support. That sucks.
Oh, it's this game. I don't remember it.
If you want, we can do a different one, but otherwise, this is
I
fine.
think this. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I think if I played to my best every single time, eventually I would rank up. But I've been stuck for a while, so
Yeah, it's just tough in
Okay,
matchups like
I'm doing
this
stuff wrong.
because like it's clear what Brand wants to do, and it's clear what Kha'Zix
Mhm.
wants to do, but the windows are going to be way less since once he goes in, he has to like all in. So you're kind of looking for those opportunities there. Regardless, our hope here is that, and this is pretty much any bot lane matchup, is that you can get wave priority, which is going to be tough because Brand Jhin versus Kha'Zix. But
Mhm.
Ezreal actually level 1 is super strong, and the reason is his Q gives him stacks,
Mhm.
which give him attack speed. So what you do is you use the first couple Qs on the wave, and you get
Mhm.
10% attack speed for 6 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So that's 50% attack speed. So if you get full stacks on your Q, which you're guaranteed to hit the wave with it, and then you go
Mhm.
and fight, you have 50% attack speed, plus you have lethal tempo, and that's how you win
Mhm.
that level 1. Shockingly or surprisingly, very strong level 1 from what most people would think.
Yeah, this was the first game I grabbed Lethal Temple.
Mhm.
Temple.
Yeah,
Temple.
do
I
you
normally do
typically?
like the one where you hit 3 times and then
Yeah, press the
I-
attack. Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
figured. But lethal, I'm a fan of lethal tempo. I don't. Okay. Also, I did forget to mention this, but one thing that I typically recommend is to try and get
Mhm.
brush priority first,
Mhm.
especially with a Kha'Zix, which he shouldn't like. There's no you don't need to leash for junglers anymore. But come into
Mhm.
this bush, either ward this if you're worried about walking into it, or walk into it with your support.
The mid one?
Yeah, the
I
mid
can't see
one.
your mouse.
Oh, I'm
So I don't
sorry.
know
I'm
if you
sorry. I'll make sure it's clear. Yeah, you want to walk into the close bush, but then if
Mhm.
you ward the middle bush or walk into it with your support, which is why
Mhm.
like they're able to do this and come out and potentially get a chunk, but you position pretty well. So and he's just AFK.
He honestly, he had I thought it'd be rough, but it turned out to not be like the worst situation.
Yeah, I
Like,
honestly I prefer if people play champions that they understand how to play rather than if they play like an engaged support, it's really easy. But if like someone like that isn't a support player plays like Melio and they have no idea how to use him, it's like, well, this is
Mhm.
horrible. So okay.
Yeah, he said he thought he picked mid. Or he thought he picked jungle.
Oh
So
yeah,
he wasn't even. But that's
that's fine.
that's okay.
Okay. So the other thing that priority does on Ezreal is it makes it easier to land those Qs since there will be less minions of theirs. But
Hmm.
since we didn't get that, we weren't able to make any level 2 play or get very much poke off.
No, I remember this game. Like this one did not feel in like I made mistakes. I died to Caitlyn like bad
Mhm.
earlier, but I didn't know. Like I don't know if it's maybe the ADC thing. It feels like some games there is nothing I could have done, and
Mhm.
this might just be me like trying to cope with my own loss, but you'll probably see it like, oh, you probably should have went to this
Yeah.
lane or did something.
That's typically the problem is like that I find, and this is true of like every elo has it. It's just like when you play against better players, it's harder to capitalize on. So typically at
Yeah.
lower ranks, it's easier. Like if you were to play against like bronze players, you'd be like, oh, this game is so easy. Where it's like you see the opportunities right here. I'm curious. So when Bran walks over here, you've got
Mhm.
like free reign to cue him, especially when he walks right up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely be throwing Qs because Ezreal, like you want to poke him down, and the more you poke him down, the better opportunity for Kha'Zix to all in here at this
Mhm.
point. But you're playing like pretty close to Kha'Zix, which actually is what Bran wants because he can get passive
Okay.
off on both of you if he WEs.
So if it's a brand, just kind of like separate. I makes
Yeah,
sense. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like if he W's, even if he W's the wave and then E's you, which there's not too much to do about that other than like play like position well whenever you see he's about to do it. So
Mhm.
okay, we're about to hit level 3 here.
Yeah, I played pretty passive, I think.
Yeah. Especially in this moment, which they're level
Mhm.
3, so it's a lot harder. But Brand keeps walking up and kind of disrespecting both of you guys. But your
Mhm.
Kha'Zix is so low, so there's not too much you can do about it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, watch this. So he 4 shots. He's good, but like so you have to treat yourself like you are a turret. Any
Mhm.
champion that comes within your range, you should be auto
Mhm.
attacking, or
Okay.
throwing a spell as Ezra. Like W auto here, but you don't
Mhm.
even throw like you finally threw a spell at him after a while,
Mhm.
and did like 30% of his HP. If you had done
Mhm.
that immediately, like you didn't even use W. You use W, that's
Yeah.
another 100 damage. And then you could even E like just sideways because you're not looking
Mhm.
for a full engage. So just make sure you're capitalizing on the opportunities where Brand is way far up. Nice. Yes, yes, keep going. I was gonna say, yeah, this is a kill. E forward. Yes. Nice. Now kill Brand.
I
Good.
think I wasted flash there,
Beautiful.
but
No, that's okay. I like I said, I'd rather you be a bit more aggressive because in
Mhm.
this moment, Brand is super low mana, so he's kind of useless. Plus, he's 50% HP. This is absolutely an all in. Like you played this well. I'd be okay with you moving a little bit more forward, but since you're Ezreal, you have your arcane shift, and it works out fine. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, let's see what we do here. Wow. No. Oh. So this isn't gonna fully crash in because you see your
Mhm.
minion waves here. So it's
Mhm.
kind of gonna freeze right over here for them. Yeah. It's gonna slow push back, but you're
Mhm.
still gonna lose quite a bit because of it. What you wanted to do in this situation,
Mhm.
um yeah, you needed to ping Kha'Zix to help you push because you see Skarner here. So
Mhm.
you know there's no threat of a jungler, and you don't have the wave clear as Ezreal to really hard shove this. So ping him to help, and then try and clear it as fast as you can. But even in this situation, it's still better to push this and then back.
Mhm.
I mean, it's so awkward. I don't hate that you made the decision you did. It's just unfortunate that Kha'Zix didn't help because you would have been able to crash that wave.
And there's a chance there that I lose that cannon, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If Jin didn't let's see, I'm pretty sure he just cleared these minions.
He nicks.
Yeah, if Jin doesn't hit these minions, they definitely take
Mhm.
this. Obviously he's got a last hit. Hang on. Yeah, but they executed the cannon, which actually saved you. And then he's gonna Q these. Yep. Yeah. So he kinda saved you, which is fine. That's gonna happen quite a bit. Okay.
I was looking at Caitlyn.
Yeah, no, I do
I
that
was
all
not
the
looking at
time.
my
I do that
character.
all the time. Just be aware of that. Okay, so we don't know. I know there was a fight over here, but I don't think we know where Skarner is, and we're not sure where Brand went. So it's a little okay. There's Skarner. So yeah, we can't really take a fight. So this is fine. Wow. Ooh, he's kind of dead, isn't he? Yeah, you have all your spells up.
I got one.
Ah. Okay, the Arcane Shift Away was a little quick. Remember, you are ahead at this point. You're 2-0. You have Sheen, so you're pretty
Mhm.
strong. I mean, I'm not going to say you're definitely not in a position to 1v9, but if a Skarner comes in like this, plus he's
Mhm.
focusing your Kha'Zix, and these guys are going to be wanting to get your Kha'Zix too because you can shift away. Just hit him. Like you spent a lot of time. Let's see. You see him. You can auto. You can W anything. So 606. 608. That's 2 whole seconds that you didn't attack him, and you have 0.8 attack speed. Plus you're a caster, so that doesn't really matter too much. But 0.8 attack speed, you could have gotten at least 2 autos off on him before that, but you didn't use that, and because of that, he gets away, and now you don't have that 300 gold. So be a little bit more aggressive in those situations. Kind of the same idea with Brand when they step forward. You don't have to. You're not committing necessarily to an all in, but that one was definitely like, oh, he's dead. This doesn't freeze, by the way. This is gonna slow push. We wanna hard shove this. Okay. I think I would have liked it if you pushed one more wave. And here's the reason why. So the cannon minions, that wave meets in the middle of the lane at 3 minutes, and then every minute and a half afterwards. So the next wave that'll meet is going to be at 7:30. So like I said, it's 3 minutes, 4:30, 6, 7:39. If you just think of intervals of 3, like 3, 6, 9, and then
Is that when they meet, or is that when they like spawn?
No.
Okay.
That's when they meet. They spawn 30 seconds before that. So it's spawning right now. Like this is gonna be. There's your cannon minion right there, and it's gonna get in the middle of the lane at 7:30. So if you would have crashed this one, Jin number one doesn't have enough wave clear to clear a cannon minion before you back if you crash it, to punish you for it. But even if he does crash it, it's gonna take like 7 or 8 turret shots, and you'll be able to make it back in time. This makes it so he can potentially crash this wave, and you miss some.
And then is it like, am I kind of giving him like some free?
Yeah, so because now he's getting a preferred back because he got a nice back where he crashed it. This is going to slow push back to him, and you'll see that he's going to be able to get this cannon minion, and you missed all 3 of those melee minions because you weren't there.
I see.
So now, even though you're trying to like hard shove this and get this under tower, he's going to show up here in a couple seconds. Yeah, so he missed 1 melee minion. If you would have done the same thing, that's all that you would have missed. He missed 1 melee minion. You missed 3 melee minions plus a bunch of XP. Good. Yeah, this is definitely one of those moments where it's like Brand is out of position. Again, not necessarily an all-in moment, but like, see how far Jin is. I'm kind of at a skewed view. this would be more so your view. This is a 1v1. You're level 6 plus your Ezreal with Sheen double longsword. And he has no ult. So you can, yes, perfect arcane shift. And then even there, like after you cast your W, you can step forward a little bit because Jin wants this cannon minion. He's not worried about killing you at this point.
And he missed his route too. So
Right, yeah. So you have so much freedom to just be a little bit more aggressive here. And then once Jin starts to walk forward, you have nothing to fear. They've got no other abilities left. Still fine. Just small little things that you can capitalize on to definitely get some worse. Okay, 2 top, mid's missing. I don't know what your Kha'Zix has been doing for a while. Wow. Okay, 3 top. Okay, so we know that this is a pure 2v2 once Kha'Zix gets back. And you're level 7, so you're really strong. I would be spamming Kha'Zix to try and all in at this moment, just because you are pretty strong. And Kha'Zix is actually strong too because he has Caulfields. Like, you just need to be paying, not necessarily for him to immediately jump in, but just like, hey, like, we're looking for a chance to all in here. But you're playing super, super far back, like very, very cautious. He's still not level 6. If you even if you arcane shifted in here, which wouldn't be the best idea, but then Kha'Zix goes in, Brand, I'm pretty sure Brand dies. He doesn't have flash. Yeah, Kha'Zix was even looking for it, but it just didn't happen. He can't stun both of you, and he doesn't have level 6, so he's not gonna 100 to 0 you.
It's just positioned too far back.
Yeah, just a little bit. You're Ezreal, so you, like, even if you're positioning poorly, like, generally you can get out of a lot of situations just because of your arcane shift. But you have a lead here. You're 2-0, but we're playing a little bit passive. Okay, yes. There's another moment. So watch. We watch Jin walk away, and Brand is just hanging out. Who knows why? And he's already used, I forget what ability he used, his W. So he's got an EQ, which he can stun you with. But just walk up here. Okay, now he doesn't even have his E. So all you're worried about is his Q, but you've got a minion in front of him. Look for an opportunity to get some more damage off on this guy. Yeah, right here. Arcane shift right behind this minion. WQ auto or WE. Nope.
Yeah, that'd be like another 50%.
Yeah. And then if you get all that damage off, you might be able to kill him with your ult. So just do you see like the amount of times that we're losing like your damage and like opportunities to push your lead?
Yeah, free poke.
Yeah, exactly. Especially on Ezreal when you get ahead. Some people say Ezreal's a weak laner. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Ezreal can be super strong. It is hard though because you're playing 1v2, so yeah, this just sucks. It really sucks because you have a lead and Kha'Zix is kind of nullifying your lead. Where in these moments where you guys would 100% be able to all in these guys, he's nowhere to be found.
I mean, I definitely do it as well when I don't have a Kha'Zix support. So
yeah. Yeah, we need to back. We're wasting a lot of time. Wow, unfortunate. Very close. This is good. But we're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a plate, maybe 2 plates here. I don't think Dragon was the call here, anyways. We did see Skarner, so that's fine. But even then, if Skarner dies here, you still have to back. Like you're messing up your tempo because they gotta back off. And now you have a bunch of gold to spend. I don't think you'll be able to finish your first item yet, but at least making strides towards it. And now you're taking it. So now you're messing up your tempo where you're allowing them to get more gold, more experience, And now he's gonna get a lead on you.
Mhm.
Well, they didn't get that plate. At least Jin didn't. Nah. That's theirs. We gotta push this. There's no reason to ever go solo contest things as an ADC. Even if you're going to check it, it's like you're wasting so much time because you need to hit these. If you push these
Mhm.
minions, then you can just back up, and then you can waste time over here because then the next minion wave hopefully will be slow pushing towards you. But this, like, we just missed 1, 2. We just missed cannon too. So that's like almost 200 gold that you just threw away because you wanted
Mhm.
to look at Brand doing Drake. Yes, he's dead. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like especially once laning breaks apart, I get like lost. I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be.
I've got good news. I can help you out there. Okay. For sure, I would be looking for an opportunity here. You've a very short window before Branch shows back up. I've been fast forwarding, so it's hard to tell how long it's been. But yeah, he's all the way back here, which you wouldn't know exactly that, but you do know that you killed him, and he's on his way back. This would be a great opportunity to either zone him off of these, arcane shift in. Looks like you're about to. Nice. Yeah, just you had the right decision. It was just a couple seconds too late. You allowed Jin to get all this farm, which
Mhm.
I will never let Jin get this farm. You're a level up. You have your full item. He's got an item. So you're kind of like equal, but your support's right here. His support's all the way back here. So
Mhm.
you go in. Plus he only has 4 bullets, and you can keep going at him. So you
Mhm.
got to position forward, either in this bush or over here, something so that way he doesn't like you're not punishing him at all for his support being dead. You're allowing him to still farm. Okay, Skarner is bot side jungle. Yep. Nobody, I don't think anybody pinged that Skarner we because when you see the jungler on the map,
Mhm.
right? Let's see when he comes in. Right here. You're not really doing anything. Okay, you hit the Q there, but then you walk away. If you see him on the map, I would ping immediately like, "Hey, Skarner's here, Skarner's here, Skarner's here." But nobody
Okay.
pinged it. If you're watching, this isn't even true. Like I'm in Diamond and people don't do this too often. I try my best to. If I see somebody, whether it's a support, a jungler, a top laner, anywhere that they shouldn't be, where people don't expect them, just ping,
Mhm.
"Hey, somebody's here."
Mhm.
Because now Kha'Zix, you don't know if he might not even have the mini map on his screen.
Mhm.
And
I mean,
you're
I didn't even see the Kha'Zix,
right.
or not the Kha'Zix, the
The
Skarner. I
Skarner, yeah.
didn't.
What I typically tell people is whenever you go to last hit something, so right there, you know that
Mhm.
you're going to get this minion with this auto attack, but you're stuck here in this animation. Then you
Mhm.
glance at the mini map in that moment. So I'll show you when. Like, not there, there. Glance at the mini map,
Mhm.
look back, and it only takes a split second because you'll see the blue bubbles or the red bubbles. You don't even have to know who it is. As long as you see
Mhm.
somebody like where that Skarner is, then you'll know. Oh, somebody's coming.
Mhm.
But you should always be counting the map. So like 2 mid, 3 bot. That means Swain can push this to his heart's content.
Mhm.
I don't think they can dive you, but definitely want to be clearing minions for sure. Very fast. Do you vault? Yeah. Good E. Good E. Okay, well, Skarner threw their chances to dive you, which is good. But in the situations, anytime like somebody's threatening a dive on you, either you have to leave, or if you think you can outplay it, which Ezreal has a chance, you have flash barrier and everything. So I'm not sure. Like
Mhm.
he would definitely get one with you for sure.
Mhm.
But you want to clear the minion waves as fast as possible.
in this situation, like my team's losing their, like, do I stay bottom or like do
Yeah.
I try to help?
So ideally, you're out of lane before 15 minutes. Like you never really push lane to get tower, and
Mm,
you didn't use your lead at all,
mhm,
because you want to get tower pre 15 minutes and then go mid. But
mhm,
like after this wave or two, like you can't
mhm,
stay bot. Like
mhm,
you have to go mid, get priority, so that way you can get Herald, have a priority on objectives. But here, yeah. And plus the whole thing with Kha'Zix, like Kha'Zix has been roaming the whole time, so
mhm,
you've essentially been either a mid laner or a top laner by yourself here in this lane. So you
mhm,
really need to get mid. That way you can have some help from your
mhm.
team to help apply your lead. Okay, there might be a kill opportunity on him here in a bit, or on Jhin. Yes, yes. Oh, close. I think you're playing a little bit passive here. Even look how low you
Mhm,
get both of these guys. He's got no bullets. This is a good arcane shift. Brand does not want to go in. Like look how
mhm,
even though he gets a root on you, but you're kind of stepping back quite a
mhm,
bit. Yeah, that step back was not necessary. You have flash and barrier, so you can
mhm,
dodge either this or one of Brand's abilities. I'm stepping forward in that situation, if anything, but more than
mhm,
likely flashing that, because that should have been a double kill there.
mhm.
That too. You're stepping back a ton. You might have thought you were going to kill him with this, but like this is going to hit you.
Mhm.
You don't have E up, but even even if you didn't step back, if you just flash forward auto, he's dead.
Mhm. Mm. Yeah, I guess I would have get hit. It's the
Yeah,
logic. I
because
was getting hit no matter what. So.
yeah, you're going to get hit by the E. Like
Mhm,
what's it matter at that point? Like that's guaranteed. It's already on its way. You cannot stop it. Even if you flash E away, it's guaranteed.
yeah.
But when you throw that Q, if instead all you had to do was, I wish I could rewind like only 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I'd still have more HP than the Jin, and
Oh
I
yeah,
could
if
just
Jin
fight him.
tries to
Yeah.
fight you, it's a double kill. Yeah, right there.
Mhm,
Q flash auto. You don't even have to check and see if it lands. Like it.
mhm,
Trust yourself. Be confident. That's a kill. And now your E's up. This Jin better be dead, or at least expend flash. Good, very good patience. That was beautiful. You in those situations, like you
mhm,
don't have to use your Q. You can just wait
mhm.
it out because they're going to be dodging nothing, and you just keep autoing. So that was beautiful. Now we need to get out of bot lane. We need to back here and then go mid. This is fine. Okay, okay. Because of this, I changed my mind. Because they get the kill here, Kha'Zix is here getting this kill. Now I'm pushing this. No, push
Like,
this. Push, push.
mhm.
Yeah, they have 2 dead. You just killed their ADC not too long ago. So let's see. How long did he live for? Okay, he just spawned. So you have 30 seconds until he makes it back here. You take this tower.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah, instead I die.
No. Yeah, because if you're taking this, so Brand shows up, you probably don't finish it, but
Mhm,
you at least see him coming. But because you backed here, oh, so sad. Yeah, focus more so on pushing the tower. Like 2 were
mhm,
dead. You know that you just killed Caitlyn, you just killed Jin. Brand had backed not too long ago, so you know Brand is coming back. But for sure, you
mhm.
had to push this tower. Okay, we have to. Wow, this is unfortunate. They're pushing this so hard because we really need to go mid. Yeah, go mid. Okay, so now all you're thinking now
Mhm,
is what is the next objective, which is going to be dragon. Um, so you want to push the wave, go to dragon, because you are stronger than Jin. Not by a whole bunch, but by about 1,000 gold. You have Caulfield's. He has a longsword and then an item. So yeah, your priority is push the mid wave, go to Drake. Oh, that's okay. Yes, wonderful. Did you not have? I'm assuming you didn't have Arcane Shift here.
No, I did. I just
Oh,
didn't know. I'm not really used to like this. I've never seen this thing.
Oh,
This
okay.
ability. I was
Yeah,
like, what is
Star Wars.
happening?
Yeah,
And then he pulled me, and I was like,
that's
oh.
so funny. Yeah, I mean, you still get the kill. So, okay. So because this now Dragon is, well, Brand's there, but Dragon is guaranteed. Now you just go mid and push that. They don't need help killing Brand. They shouldn't need help, and your jungler is dead.
Yeah, I don't even think we end up getting Dragon this fight.
Well, we're chasing Brand, which is a waste of time.
Yeah.
So look how much Jin is getting here, where
Mhm.
you got an assist, which is going to be like 70 gold. He's going to get this full wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got Dragon, so that's good. I'd say that's fine. But you
Mhm.
definitely wanted to push mid first. Then you would have gotten that wave. Plus, you could have gotten Dragon. Now we need to come. No, we can't be. Yeah, you don't want to be bot. You have to go mid. Anytime your mid laners, mid, you need to be mid.
Mm-hmm.
It's you get more grace because you're Ezreal and you can get away. But regardless, it is tough because this is Xerath. Xerath doesn't want to be here either. But whether Fizz or Skarner or even Caitlyn, unironically, shows up, you're gonna die because they're gonna be ahead of you in golden XP for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely felt I spent too much time in bottom lane this game. I
Mhm.
spent even more time because I got into a point where like I don't know, like so if like kind of there I got a little tilted because I'm trying to go mid,
Yeah,
but
and your mid laner's there.
like he's like staying there, and I'm like, I used to have friends who played like at a higher elo, and they told me like once you take tower, go mid. Or like
Yes,
that's kind of like
100%.
the thing. But so I try sometimes, and it's like
Yeah.
the mid comes mid anyways, and I'm like, should I just fight him for farm, or do I go back to where? Because in this situation, like just to explain myself a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I watched my team lose this fight, and
Mhm.
in my brain, I'm like, my teammate has TP, like
Yep.
Xerath has TP because I
Exactly.
checked.
Exactly.
If he was just bottom instead of me,
He
I could have
teleports
not
to the
got
fight.
tilted and went bottom. Like he could have just TP to the fight. But like I didn't know, like should I just go mid anyways because like
Yeah.
I'm close to my team in case they fight?
You have to, especially with Otacon. Like as soon as you show here, if I'm on the enemy team, I'm like, Israel's bot. He has no teleport. We're starting this. Like it's a 4v5 when
Mhm.
they come.
Okay.
So you have to either type or ping and then fight him for at least one or two waves and be like, you have
Mhm.
to go bot. And then if he doesn't, then you can think, okay, can I go bot? Or what is
Mhm.
the team losing if I go bot? And
Mhm.
if the team is going to lose Otacon if you go bot, then you just keep farming waves with
Stay
him.
mid.
But
Makes
if
sense.
Otacon is bottom, then it's like, okay, then I can come down here. But we're 20 minutes in the game and we're not going to get, like, you're going to get now
Oh,
what your job is you hopefully you can push this and get this tower because
I
otherwise
die
this is
here.
really
But
bad.
bad here. Worst death all this game. This one was
Okay.
I didn't realize how strong she was. I thought maybe I could fight her, but
You definitely could have fought her. Look how, like, again, look how passive you're playing. Watch. You see her? Like she's level 12, you're level 12. She's got an item and a half, you have an item and a half. I 100% WEQ onto her, and all of your minions are here. So if she starts fighting you and your minions, like you're gonna win. There's nothing WQE, but you're walking away, and now you miss a
If
Q
I went
because of
in,
it.
yeah, I die here because she keeps fighting. But
Right. Well, now you've given her the advantage where now she gets to fight
yeah,
on a tower and she's going to be able to fight you at range, which isn't the worst thing for Ezreal to fight at range, but it's a lot harder for you than her because she just has to auto you. You have to land skill shots.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, you see all that damage you did earlier? Or right there, whenever you did decide to go in?
Mhm.
Let's see. She's at, let me give it a, oh. She's at 925. Bang. She's at, you just did 400 damage right there. 600
Yeah.
damage. If you did that over here, number one, there's no way she sticks around to do this. But you
Makes-
100% win. You also had barrier. But
Makes sense.
that's fine. That happens. So yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely
see,
missed
if I went in as
opportunity.
soon as I saw her,
Yep.
I wouldn't have also tanked the 2 extra, like,
Yep. Turret
would have had
shots.
more HP. Yeah, makes
Yep.
sense.
So it seems like, in general, that's our problem is that you're just not aggressive enough whenever you have that lead. Because you had a very nice lead, even though you were in a
Mhm.
very tough lane with Kha'Zix support. You did fine. This is fine. You're probably telling him in chat.
Yeah, I was a little upset.
Yeah, I would be too, because he's ruining the game. Okay, so Drake
I
is up
think it was
next.
more of the line like we lost the tower because someone.
Yeah.
Because we could have just like, I just want to be mid. Is kind of what I was saying.
Right.
I try not like I really don't like, but this game I was.
Okay,
I was very close.
this is another situation where I don't understand why you didn't go in. Look how far up she is. You've got
Mhm.
3 big boys right here. If you just start fighting her, plus you still have barrier, and Xerath has ult. She's 100% dead. Okay, she's still dead, but that's crazy that you were like super afraid of her there. Nice. Very good. I'm curious if you went here to use your, because you did take Bloodline to try and lifesteal a little bit. If you would have been able to maybe affect this a little bit more, but he went in and got caught, so this is fine. It's a tough situation. Nice. Push mid first.
Okay.
So the reason you push mid, because now if the enemy walks up here, which they can't contest this, but if some of them were alive, like if Fizz was alive, he can clear this, and now he can come in from any one of these points because you don't have vision of it. Whereas if you push your minions forward, he has to clear the minions and then come in from here, or clear the minions, then run into the next wave and then come down. You get so much more information, which he still just walked in from this way, but I guess he's that strong. Ping Jacks.
Yeah, I was like
Oh.
unsure if I should have fought, but seeing it now, like I'm like, yeah, he's like 30% less HP than me, and
look how Oh my goodness. Oh no. You're so uncommitted. You're so uncommitted in all of these plays. Good target selection. Oh, just auto. Yep. Wow. I hate to be like super like, I don't want to be like, I don't know what the word is. Surely she was in your range there, yeah? Right there, just auto.
Mhm.
Maybe she was out of your range. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't
almost
think so.
died. I
Yeah,
did not
I was
expect.
gonna say I think you almost died because you were either waiting for your cue or something. Okay, there's 3 dead. Just take mid and Baron, maybe? Okay, 4 dead. Wow, that was a ton of damage. Oh my word. Okay, now we just push mid. Nah.
I should have pushed. I need to push more. I see.
Yeah. So it is a brand, but you have a Swain with you.
Mhm.
I don't know. We're just you guys won the team fight and you didn't get anything for it.
Mhm.
And now they're all going to be back up and then you can't do anything.
Mhm.
This is a very hard game. I got to be honest. This is a tough game for all these decisions. Your team is definitely not making it easy on you. I do agree there. But there were a lot of opportunities, if you remember, like that we missed to push your lead, get ahead. We should be on this wave, or this wave, something. You're spending a
Mhm.
lot of time now, just kind of chilling, not doing anything. So remember that thing I said about the enemy team being able to like enter from Dragon over here if you don't push mid
Mhm.
wave? They pushed it. Now you guys are all entering from this side, rather than Kha'Zix
Mhm.
being able to come in from over here or potentially even from over here, which just puts a little bit more pressure on them. Don't chase now. Just do Baron.
Oh no!
Oh wow. No, 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 no. We can't finish this. Your Jax is that's insane. This is insane. He's the jungler. You gotta like spam ping him on this whenever he goes to leave. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, so when he does that, the only option you have now is just to push mid because it's only Jin
Mhm.
alive. But don't back here. Nah. They're dead for 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. You definitely have
Mhm.
enough time to push this, push another wave, and
Mhm.
then back. But again, bleeding out so much gold. Oh, missed the cannon. Drinks up in 30. I'd push this first,
Mhm.
like Caitlyn's doing. Actually, Caitlyn should be dead here if Swain just W's behind her. Yep. Wow, that was a ton of damage. Uh, nice. Okay. Okay, so they got Drake, but that's fine. Just push mid. Don't try. Oh wait, no, they didn't get. Did I not just see that?
Mm.
I thought I saw the thing that said that they got Drake.
Yeah, I should have just pushed mid.
No, this is I'm okay with this because you guys got their mid and their top. I'm okay with this decision, especially because that's Soul. So I apologize. I thought they had already taken it. I thought I saw like the banner that they took it. It is correct to get them here.
So
Because
in the thing, oh, it says is that late? What's going on? Because in the left chat, I can see it. That it
right,
says
yeah, I was
they
I was
got it back.
mad confused because I was like, it definitely just said that they take it. I'm assuming it's because I'm rewinding and fast forwarding and all that stuff. But yeah, you have to answer this because it's Soul, and you guys are stronger. It just sucks that your jungler's dead, and you couldn't get them off fast enough. Regardless, 4 are dead here. It's just a Skarner. Skarner's not going to be able to kill you. You have flash
Mhm.
barrier and your Ezreal. Push mid,
I see.
and he's level 14. You're level 16. Because you push mid. Like if you push this with Swain, like
Mhm.
100% this wave doesn't last that long because Swain has 0 wave clear, and you're able to get damage on this turret or just back then
Mhm.
because you were low. So here, good. At least you came in. That was a good decision because you immediately cleared that and came here because you know that Xerath won't for whatever reason. So that's fine. Wow. Oh, Caitlyn's pushing that. Mm. Wow. You're 2 levels up on him and do no damage to him.
Yeah, so I realized that at that same moment, I was like, oh, I don't
Ooh.
do anything. I should just.
Oh, no. Did she ult you there?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't do any damage to Skarner, but I promise you do damage to her. Especially, she's standing there. You have everything, plus barrier, not to mention.
Yeah.
So WEQ immediately. She doesn't kill you there. Yeah, a lot of opportunities to push mid and to push your lead as well, as far as getting kills that you didn't take. So that's all it is. I mean, your mechanics look fine. It looks like you've got a good grasp on Ezreal for the most part. It's just you need to push mid when you can and capitalize whenever the enemy support or even the enemy ADC steps forward too far. So yeah. Let me
Thank you.
yeah, let me I'll show you just real quick. I have one game where I'll just show you like why it makes such a difference.
Mhm.
Oops, not him. Okay, so I'd already taken tower at like 12 minutes or something. But then even if I just hold this game and fast forward, I'll go mid, clear waves, and then our team will get objectives because of it. Our jungler, there we go.
So once you get the kill, you
yes,
push the objective and then you back.
Right. The reason I show up to this fight first instead of clearing wave is because the fight's already started. If the fight had been started yet, I would want to clear this wave. But because the fight's over now, then I go mid. And look, I'm not afraid of this Swain. He's 1-1-1, but I'm 4-0. So like even if he hooks me, what do I care? I saw their other teammates leave and I've got 4 people here. So I didn't care that he hooked me. And then now that we have this advantage, I know that this is guaranteed. Like they don't need my help, and I'm just gonna push mid, and then we take this tower, and that pulls their jungler back here, and which we might kill him. No, and then so we get some picks here. I'm not gonna go chase kills. My team has got it. I'm just gonna clear mid, and then from there, clear mid, go take Drake. And I promise, I bet you I'm gonna come mid, even though my Collie's been mid like this whole time too. Like there's no point for me to go bot. There's nothing to do. Just go mid. And I'm standing in front of the minion wave again, just because it's like who do I have to be afraid of? I'm so far ahead. When you push your lead and you get ahead, you realize, oh, I can play however I want. Push mid, go take Otacon. I started it by myself. I know the jungler's coming, but it's like team, like this is the priority, not chasing Sion. And then I think here I push bot. This is an overstay. Should have went mid, but
nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. That's why I'm only diamond. I'm not challenger, I guess. Also, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. Push mid, and that's all that happens here. Push mid, go to Drake. Push mid. Now, okay, this is really interesting here, actually. So we win this fight. We take inhibitor. Once you take inhibitor, there's really not a point to go back mid. So watch this. There are, just to take a look, there are no objectives up. I do clear this wave, and then I go to another lane. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Dragon is not up for 3 minutes. Baron is up. So this lane, I don't really care. I'm going here, and they're fighting for nothing. And this whole time, watch this. What are they fighting over? I don't care. You just go bot or go to the open lane and literally end the game off of this because they're just fighting. And what's it matter? Like, even if the enemy team won that fight, who cares? They lose the game.
Mhm.
So push lanes, that's how you win. Like,
So would you say like only push the side lanes if
if you take
the
a
like
mid
only
inhibitor,
objective is like on that? So like let's say
yes.
like Otacon's bot and then like mid's dead. Do you just push the bottom because like that's the most likely place you're gonna fight?
Right. So whatever the next objective is. So if it's dragon that's going to be up, then I'm pushing bot lane, because most of the time the mid laner and the top laner will take TP. Even if they don't, it's you want to be like it's important for you to be there at the team fight. If especially if you're ahead, like you have to be there. So you want to push that lane, get priority. The lane with super minions is naturally going to get priority by itself, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So if it's Elder Drake or whatever, even just normal Drake, go bot lane. But if Baron's the next one up, then you go top lane. If they're both up at the same time, it gets a little bit. You just have to prioritize and see what the map looks like. You could go mid in those situations, but most of the time it'll make sense. You'll start to realize like, oh, it's not so like it gets obvious like once you start to do it a couple of times. So
Okay.
Any
Perfect.
questions?
Thank you. No, what's your YouTube? So I can...
Oh yeah, I'll give you the stream so you can go back and review if you want. 1 second. I did coach a guy before this, so you have to skip through all that. And his was like mechanic stuff. It wasn't any like gameplay thing. So, but that should take you to it. And yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, man. Let me know how your games go. I'd be curious to see if you feel like
Will
there's
do.
any improvement, and if not, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help, or I can send you to some other people that might be able to communicate better than I can. So,
Of course. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Bye.
Take care. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye. Okay, I'm done streaming. I'm not coaching anymore today. I'm so tired. It was fun though. I really am having a lot of fun doing it. I hope that the students that I've taught have grown. I'll see them all in Emerald one day. We'll all be hard stuck Emerald together. Anyways, or Diamond, hopefully. I usually make Diamond, sometimes not. Usually. That makes it sound really bad. I do make Diamond. It's just sometimes I feel so hard stuck. We're making Masters next year though. Bet.